Apps can be used to serve a variety of purposes, from getting you around town, streaming a TV show, listening to music, or checking your finances. But how many apps out there are truly accessible beyond what Apple's VoiceOver offers? Joining me now in studio is Virginia Valletta, Director of Digital Strategy at Accessible Media Inc., to tell me about AMI's new app. Welcome, Virginia.
Thank you, Anthony. Great to be here.
So first things first, tell me, why did AMI want to make this app?
In all of our conversations with our audience and the work that we do with our research panel of over 1,200 Canadians who are blind and low vision, we heard consistently that our audience is both technically savvy and very hungry for content. Over half of our audience are regular smartphone and tablet users, and over 3/4 are regular users of streaming and downloading platforms. We heard consistently that our audience expects to be able to consume content as on the platform that they choose, as and when they choose to view it. So with all of that information and conversation, we felt it was natural for us to go ahead and build a mobile app to meet that demand.
That's great. So what are people going to be able to use this app for exactly?
They're going to be able to browse our catalog of both English and French content, English AMI TV, and in French AMI Télé. They're going to be able to watch shows, documentaries, and our growing catalog of digital short content. They're going to be able to download that content if they are, for example, on a plane or on transit and don't have a data plan that they can rely on. And then they can also share the content with friends and family over their favorite social media channel.
That's fantastic. So who's responsible for creating this product?
We worked with a company in Toronto called the Working Group, or TWG. The TWG team were very enthusiastic about the project and really embraced the opportunity to not only build an accessible app, but also to work with the audience of blind and low vision testers and participants that we had.
I actually had the opportunity to sit down with TWG while they were developing and testing the app, so why don't we check that out right now?
Here we go. So right now I've given it to you on the browse screen.
Okay.
So all I'm going to do is I'd love to sort of just see how you go through it. Just let me know your thoughts.
The Working Group's development of AMI's app for iPhone, iPad, and Apple TV has been a learning experience for those responsible for developing the final product. Working within the needs of the blind and low vision community has afforded them the opportunity to explore and rediscover their own craft. Alec Levine is a user researcher at TWG and explained why gathering feedback from the community is especially important for this project.
It's really easy as a sighted person to make a lot of assumptions about what's a quality experience. And the reality is that even within the visually impaired community, it's a very diverse group. We had to sort of consider the array of needs and the array of experiences. And that was a really interesting learning and special experience and put some interesting constraints on the product. But we found out that we could do a good job working within those.
In addition to reaching out to members of the community, the team at TWG not only examined the ways in which the community interacts with pre-existing apps, but also looked at the mistakes other companies had made so that they could enhance their user experience. Peter Burke, VP of Marketing at Accessible Media Inc., stressed how AMI is focused on the details.
We knew that the Apple accessibility APIs are very strong, so by just applying those to the basic development of an app, you're going to have solid accessibility sort of right out of the box. We really wanted to capture end-user insights that would allow us to really surprise and sort of create a really great user experience. So when people open our app, they kind of go, wow, they've really gone above and beyond the standard accessibility features.
Two examples of those accessibility initiatives are outlining within the app how long videos actually are, a common oversight on other platforms. Beyond that, the app has an onboarding feature, so users can get a tutorial on all the accessibility features so that there is no guessing. That's a feature tester and community member Jay Toe felt was really important.
So it can be broken down into like the next, so below the title it says the time.
Yeah. But before I click into the video, I like how it does have the.
So okay.
I didn't have to really like guess a lot about how to go through the apps or what it was about. I've been through introduction kind of onboarding experiences with other apps, but usually it wasn't accessible. And that was something that was already developed. Even this app is just developing. It's already, the labels are better than most accessible apps out there.
The attention to detail clearly has Jay, someone who uses technology on a daily basis, excited about the final product. But this is not just for people who have experience with apps. Sheldon Francis is another tester, and because of the efforts being made to make this product accessible for all, he is picking up new things.
The testing process has been fun, actually, because I'm actually learning. Because again, like, I'm not really tech savvy, and I'm learning a lot about, you know, the app, and just learning a lot more, you know, how to use my phone as well. So I have an iPhone, and yeah, so the testing has been educating me, and at the same time, you know, I'm having fun with it.
It's been a positive experience for Jay and Sheldon, and others as well. Alec told a story about another tester who was moved by the effort TWG and AMI are making.
When we were testing out one of the onboarding experiences with a particular community member, we have this page early on that talks about just calls out sort of the accessibility features that this app is designed to support and that you can expect to have supported. And it was a really emotional experience for this individual who felt like this was almost like this was the first time where there was a product that was designed and built for her.
Product designer Andrea Crofts added that the process has also been an emotional one for her and her team, and what they've learned will be carried forward.
As technologists and as digital creators, our ultimate goal always is to create something that's meaningful for people. But in this case, this project was meaningful to the point where we were often brought to tears as a team. So that was really powerful to not only talk the talk, but walk the walk in many ways, and be able to transfer these learnings onto future projects as well.
It's great that this was such a moving experience for the team at TWG, and that the testing process has been so rewarding for the community members involved. But what is AMI hoping that the community gets out of this?
We're really hoping to reach a broader audience with our content now that we have the mobile app and users can experience our content as and when they choose. That the audience will now have the full opportunity to see AMI's great curated and created content.
So AMI likes to be at the forefront of accessibility, and our innovations often push industry standards, which we're clearly doing with these apps. But do you think that the consideration level of accessibility that we're putting into this will perhaps encourage other organizations and developers to step up their game?
We certainly hope so, and that's always at the forefront of any project that we take on. We know with our conversations with our colleagues at TWG, they found this project tremendously rewarding, both professionally and personally, and we're hoping that they will continue that conversation with their clients and colleagues into the future and really build accessibility into their projects from the outset.
So where and when can people get the app?
They can download the app from the Apple App Store today.